Fatalo fatumolo falalo fafunganga le tunu neta yao. Swingo tato pokalame yo leomba fatasi ma check marshal. Yo stasi fo yo afanga renga Porirua City Council. Olo taula mo le ba inga malfa soanga fo nga renga o le faingo le palota fatu malo o pulenga no Porirua. E fai fo ingane lua tam fai il fa pertani me fa Sāmoa. Talanoaga fo tau manga o lato tapenanga ili nei vai taimi. Good morning, Talofa. Welcome again to Sāmoa Capital Radio. Jack.
Talofa, thanks so much for having me again. Yeah, really good. Yeah, thanks so much for having us back to talk about elections today.
You must be sick and tired of talking about elections.
Oh no, I'm a self-proclaimed bit of a nerd for local government, so happy to talk about it all the time and get more people engaged in voting.
Good on you. Well, let's have a look. It's been like since we last spoke on air. What's been happening?
So since we last spoke, basically we had the nominations period, I think we were in the middle of at that time, and now nominations have closed. All the candidates are in and on our website, and so we've got 30 candidates across the mayoralty and our 3 wards. So we've got 3 candidates for mayor, 8 candidates for the Porirua General Ward, which covers the north of our city, 15 candidates for the Onipoto General Ward, which is the south of the city, and then 4 candidates for the Porirua Māori Ward as well. So yeah, all candidates are in. Their profile statements are on our website now, and really exciting, last week we filmed their candidate videos, so that's a 90-second opportunity for the candidates to tell you in their own words what they want to do over the next 3 years, what do they care about, why you should vote for them. So it's a bit more expansive than the little paragraphs you get in your voting pack. You can actually hear from them themselves. So we're just basically winding up for the voting period now, getting ready for a really hectic month.
Has any candidate done a video clip in 2 languages, more than 1 language, like Maori and English, or?
No, I don't believe. No, candidates, they had the choice of how they wanted to use their 90 seconds. Right. Some candidates did a couple of sentences in another language, but not a full video. Yeah.
Okay. Let me try and translate part of that.
Yeah, that's good.
Ole tato malo falongia pe on fatalo filtao ne o check marshal sa mato taltino fata se foi stemo tonight. Yo yelenga luel vaenga le va yele tapenanga mole palota ile masina o October New Zealand ile pulenga lu. Ole la taltino talo mele pa mato tanoanga ilungol tato litioni. Yo lewo ye isi vaenga ye na Talanoaga le termine o tapuni ye nominations poingo fo ola to le na fio tawa. Ole la wo ye lisi o la wo lungol la to pengo o tfailangi ye moe fo ifie mai moe. Alewo uma foi ona vatulungo isu tato polkalame ile ngate talafo ye mal polkalame os farilio lela amatantal tano to ivaenga ia ai pe o lena yeta o lo ye to be. Did you say there were 3 running for the mayor?
3 candidates for mayor.
Yeah, tolula tole leo ile to la vo etawa mole tofi pulenu ye lo la ve ma anita ye malisto lua. Yeah, out in the Vaingale, Onipoto's got 15 from memory. Onipoto, the Vaingale, Tato, Nima, Eastern Porirua. Yes, Fululima, Tangatale, Listala. Yeah, I lima vanoa. Yeah, pay tolu Tangatawa, if I Samoa, yeah, Motato Pacifica. And you got the Maori, it's 2
4 candidates for the Māori
for the Porirua. Yeah, na to fai vaenga ye fo imole le tum le vaenga mo pa Maori. Yeah, mai si vaenga and the other 2 wards are of
Porirua.
Yeah,
has 8.
8 for how many seats?
For 4 seats.
Yeah, and Valuna Porirua. Yeah, mo le vaenga palota. Yeah, ole tulanga na ye ole wa amata na vala maili ilato. La sta penanga se o se matanonga it mana ia fo iwa o le o mana po la to video ta iwa full se koni e mo lunga lu penga so ta inga ai fo ila to na fa fonga la ia la ngona ia mama fo fonga po mana to fo o le tangata le fie ta wa po a me fie ta to ai mo tangata i tonu pulenga no Porirua Thank you. That'd be interesting. So your videos, your 30-second videos, they've already gone up?
No, so we're editing them right now.
90 seconds, yeah.
Putting some graphics and subtitles on them as well. 90 seconds long, and they'll be up hopefully next week. Yeah.
And has everybody done that, or?
So we're filming a couple more this Friday.
Yeah.
But we should have, I think, most, like 99% of the candidates have chosen to do one.
Okay.
Last time we got really good feedback on them, that they, they were really helpful for voters in terms of hearing from their candidates.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think it's a very good idea.
Yeah, for sure.
You should make it compulsory. I mean,
if they want
to serve on the council, they should try and do something to help themselves and inform the community so they know why they're voting for them.
Yeah, well, that's what we tell them is, the community really likes these and they're really useful for voters. So we really strongly encourage them to do them. But yeah, if they don't want to, they don't have to.
Yeah, so we should report those who are not doing anything. So there's also the question, some people, they just don't bother.
Yeah.
And one of our programs, we mentioned it was only 36% voted last one. And we're trying to encourage more people.
Yeah.
And then the question, why should I vote?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, if we think about 36% voted last time, that means that 64% didn't vote. 64% stayed home. But we know from elections around the world that turnout is really important for diversity on our councils. So councils do so much around our city. It's not just the cool things like the pools and the libraries and the parks and things like that, but it's the day-to-day things you use to get to work. So your roads, your footpaths. Greater Wellington Regional Council does public transport and environmental monitoring. Council affects our lives so much more than the central government does on a day-to-day basis.
Correct.
So it's really important that you have your say by voting for who should be around the table. Council's there to represent you, and it's democracy works best when the people are heard.
Thank you. Iel vaenga de matatanoi ni ole si tawol po kalamini ina ia tau fai fa malmalama ile tawua ole fainga o palota. E pefo ina iel po kalame utona na le tols fulu onu paseni tangata sa palota ile palota le pulengan o Porirua ile total sango mavai. Ole lai tau fai ina ia si tia le numero na. Ia mai ila tuna vol fasidi le pia. La me ala no palota. Le lai tau fa mamlama mai check. E tele yo ngā luenga e whaia le pule ngā nu e a fo e a fia i o tatou soifuanga o tatou tangata soifua tonu le pule ngā nu nei e mo e fo i le sao le māloia ia pe o vaenga i e tau loto i whale Porirua ia o tonu po o whai unga e whaia e sui tau vā i e pālota i tangata i le masina o topa o le mea nā pe o tau noia check e whataua ina ia Malama oi ilangona mama fofongo tangata le fia lo tauwa paula tole la ofai tonu e fia i oe tato umai e mane e lo tong fai malama i famtalanga o le ia lungo le video lenta o i vas fu sekone e ia tautalanga i la tone ia mai fa ngolongo e fo afa pe fo ono le ngane fainta ia vai si o le ainga malama le fa petania fai se tau to te whanau longa mai tau mai po aia I vaenga I atonu whaingo fia fo molato. I was just thinking, I was just trying to translate, the importance and in your 90-second video.
Yeah.
Because if some of our listeners are finding it hard to understand English, then they should ask either some young college students in the household to help them, with the language. But I thought the technology, I should look into something where you can actually sort of translate or do so that they can listen to that. It'll be good to hear the translation.
Yeah, for sure. And then also, because we're putting subtitles on them, I think that YouTube might allow you to change the language. It might not be perfect.
But at least give us some hints of
pretty
what.
Close.
Na vaenga ye le vo tala no I mo tapenanga la tole fai ne le video leta o e tu o lungol saunanga as suita va. Ma ne pa I ma se avano fo le I fa ngol technology ina ia fa li diu a e fa fonga I tam fai fa li diu fo le temi la vana ngana te mana malama ia ole no fai ngo fie fo la ia ona a tono e fa o sofia fo ia e fai lo palo te wa le wa mamlama a tono le si vaenga le tam fai le vaenga le ina ia fai ia vanoa e fai ngo fie tangata palota ona mana malama ia ma fa o sofia lo wa lo fai lo palota. Well, let's hope that we just increase the numbers from 36% to more than 36%. We're trying to sell that idea.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the goal. Yeah.
So who and what do I get to vote for? And what is the vote structure in Porirua?
Yeah, so in Porirua we have 3 wards.
Yeah.
So we've got 2 general wards for those who are on the general electoral roll. And then we've got 1 Māori ward, the Porirua Māori ward. So as we said, we've got the general wards, the Pawatanui general ward in the north of the city, Onipoto in the south of the city. So depending on where you live and what role you're on will depend what your voting paper looks like. So say for example, you live in Waitangarua and you're on the general roll, you'll be able to vote for Mayor, Councillor for the Onipoto ward, Greater Wellington Regional Councillor for the Porirua Tawa constituency.
Right.
And then there'll also be 3 polls on your voting papers, and they'll be on everyone's voting paper this time. So 2 of those are Māori ward polls. So both Porirua City Council and Greater Wellington Council are going to be having polls on our Māori wards. And that's mandated by the government, who changed the law last year. And then our council, Porirua City, has also decided to ask voters what they think of exploring amalgamation or some sort of different structure for council in future. And so those first 2 polls, the Māori ward polls, are binding on council. We have to do what they say.
Right.
The last one, the amalgamation one, is not binding. So the future council, when they come in October, they can choose to do something about that, or they can choose to not. It's basically just to get a check of how the community is feeling about that issue and what the community would like council to do, because we haven't asked the community for many years. The last time amalgamation was floated in Wellington was 2012, and that was pretty overwhelmingly, people weren't keen based on the structure and things like that. So it's time to ask the community what they think before council actually goes and does money and work on it. Yeah,
and that will actually combine or working with other councils in our area.
So the question asks if council should explore some sort of different structure with the Hutt Valley councils, Wellington, Greater Wellington and Porirua.
Yes.
While keeping local services local. It's voters' call on what they'd like council to look at.
Well, the government is also trying to change things. So the RMA, that might just impact on the regional councils and Greater Wellington region.
Yeah, exactly. So, there's as you've pointed out, there's a lot of reform happening in the local government sector right now. We've got RMA reforms coming down from government, and then the local water done well as well. Councils around the region right now are deciding whether or not they want to join the regional approach to water.
Thank you. Let me try and remember all that. Ole vangale matal no tam foi fa pula tu le tam tapinanga fo I o faingol palota I mo pe palota. E se teme o no mai se pe pas Talanoaga lumanai. Ien fa mamla mati le o tatoanga I tu masina October. Apena isi vanga I le o fa vala meltemini. A fo I tono pe palota I masani I tausanga o mo tulanga na I ai la fa poponga I le fieta no tu ye. Le vaenga le va aipe etalia le ai pe o se ward po se vaenga le mo Māori matari fo fainga malo le ye nei no mai la tova mai e te tau ono toe ave ina ia fai palota a tangata I pulenga no po vaenga se pe se me tau e la tope le ai o le fasili la na o le la ye fo ilunga po mo nai Māori e compulsory pe taua ona e palotai le tamu fai ina ia o fo yo pulenga no umala New Zealand lo il fasilina e fa tau monai i se ava no maoli tono fai ngā malo tono nei New Zealand po malo laiti ma ai e malisi vaenga lea e le ta ua e le non binding pe le fa mafa fo i te lato ana le fisa iri po fese fina ngalo o tangata palo te pulenga no i Porirua pe ono ngā te tau o na faise awa le ngā lulue whate se i Porirua e pulenga no i Porirua ma Wellingtone Heart Valley e mali Greater Wellington Regional Council pela le vaenga na lena tau e lela no fa tumula utala e talu e nei o le malo tato whainga malo le nei New Zealand e o lewa e suil vaenga le tau whapopo o le RMA o le no RMA what's the long term Regional Resource Management Act mo me o tula fono le vaenga wa fo yo vaenga puno o al malo New Zealand pe yo nai tawa vai fa pena o vaenga fo na o le te lea le swinga leanga i le malo e a fia la male ma Regional Council po isi vaenga ye lungo pulenga nu po se la fo le tu e se e vai nga venga ya al vaenga na le ma na e vai e pe se me o se o pe o nga tau o nga lu fa tasi pulenga nu po mai si pulenga nu na ta o e check o le lua fesfulu 2012 le temi muli na fai e se ilo i longa mata upulea a o le to telo o tangata na fali fina ngalo e le fie ye se tu se fainga fa pia e talo ile o talo mele lua fesfulu le uta to me lua felusu lima e o telefo le swinga e o isia vaenga ye fa Talanoaga e a tonu tau mo fie le fainga ngalo nga tau ngalo fa te se pulenga nu pata to ile vai e mai si ngalo fa pena e le la ye fesi pe te lia tangata pe ngalo fa tasi ava pe mo wanil palo te to tele awaye ia na mai loli fa ngalo nga ila to la to mai fo e fa ele council e mal pulenga nu ia na fa le singa benga I hope I've done enough on but cool. It's a big topic the thing you just mentioned. So we can actually, when we get the ballot paper one day, then we'll talk some more about some of the things we're just covering here. And when will you get your voting papers?
Yeah, so voting papers, voting is done by postal vote in local elections. So they'll start getting posted out on the 9th of September. And that's also when voting opens. And then delivery of voting papers should be complete by the 22nd of September. So if you don't have your voting papers by the 22nd of September, get in touch with us and we can help you out.
O papo pepa palota le pele ta woni ele fa matala ole fainga palota ta to ni Porirua e fai pepa palota la foto ele mili fa pena vole tele no fanga ni New Zealand e ole la va ai tauno o atu la soivo se tema le masina fo e amatai ona la foto pepa palota a ole so lusfulu se tema e o toi tauno fa muta le Is it lunchtime on the 22nd or what time?
No, so voting closes on the 11th, Saturday the 11th of October.
Okay.
So yeah, there's the period where voting papers are delivered between the 9th and the 22nd, and then voting finally closes on the 11th of October at midday here. You're right, it's 12 noon, so make sure you get it into one of our ballot boxes or back to us by 12 noon.
E na o le vā o le ivo se tema e o atu le sulu se tema o le taimina o le lafo atu ia fo ia tō pepa rote pusamiti nono winga a le o atu le sulu e po le sulu tō lusu whaere i mauani a pepa rote whafso ta ile ofisa o le pulenga nu o na toi whaiele se fōwhanga mo oi ia o le palota lapala tō o le whaile so sfultasi oktopa Tāne le sfululua le auli, i o whaangatai le taliaina o lau palota. Ia, wawa i o tūlanga nei i tātou a matana mawhawhau, mawhau intaltal no iele i polkalame le tau fofua e whaelo at te mua. E awai mal tātou le tio e whaatala no i sui tawa, ina ia malama le tātou i lātou fo i mawhawhaunga, ma lātou ngā ruenga lo ma whai mō tanga te lau tele Porirua. I se te mi mua a pe o tapenanga na lo ngā rui whatasi tātou ma check marshal. Ia manisi foi o i pulenga inu Porirua mai nei Porirua. Ina if so son il tūlanga lea. So the voting system in Porirua is STV.
Yeah, bit of an acronym.
It's like Sāmoa television.
Yeah, if only. So single transferable vote, and then you might heard it shortened to STV.
Yeah.
So what STV is it's a ranking system. So you rank the candidates on your voting paper in the order of how much you like them. So your favourite candidate, you give them a number 1. Your second favourite, you give them a number 2, and so on. You don't have to rank everyone. So say there's only 5 candidates out of 15 that you like, you only have to rank 5, or however many you like. So you can stop ranking at any time. Just don't skip a number. So don't go 1, 2, 4, or 1, 2, 2, 4. Just make sure your numbers are all in order, and then it all.
So what happens if somebody sort of gives you 1, 2, 2, and 3? So that you discount the ballot paper?
No. So we'll take their preferences and their vote up until they've made the mistake.
Right.
So say they went 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 6.
Yeah.
We would take their first, second, and third votes there.
Right.
And
forget about the rest.
Yeah, because we can understand what they were trying to vote for there.
Yeah.
So we'll take those and count those in the process.
Okay, well, that's good to clarify that.
Yeah.
I thought they'd probably just make the...
No, we try and make sure that, if the voter intention is clear and we know what the person was voting for, we can count that in the process. Yeah.
And do you find, you're working as election officer, is that a good system?
I think STV, a single transferable vote, is really good for, there's a study at Victoria University of Wellington that's found that it increases Pacifica representation of Pacific peoples and also women on councils.
Right.
It's less of an effect for Māori, but it does boost those other 2 groups in terms of diversity around the council table. And it also means that we get a council that most people are okay with, instead of first past the post FPP, the other system where you get a certain number of ticks and then it's winner takes all. So it's the 5 candidates with the most number of ticks that get in. STV on the back end is quite complex in terms of we eliminate candidates and reallocate their votes and things like that until we get a council elected that most people would be okay with, and would look at it and be like, oh yeah, there's a couple of people on there I voted for. Yeah.
So there must be a computer sort of program that you throw the things in and it'll just come up with the order. Yeah,
so the counting process is really complex. So we contract a company called Elections NZ, and they're based in Christchurch, and they manage the election for about 45 councils around Aotearoa as well. And they have a computerised system. It's checked by the Department of Internal Affairs, and they use the calculator program that the Department of Internal Affairs provided. And then it's also double checked by an external auditor to make sure that everything is good and how it should be. And then you're right. It's a computer that does the math on the back end. We can scan the votes in when voting closes, and then they click go, and then the computer takes up to an hour to to spit out a result of all the preferences. I
was just thinking with the AI now, and whether it takes 1 minute or 2 minutes.
It might not be an hour, but it's
quite fast.
It's quite it's fast, but it's also a lot of computing going on there. Yeah.
Well, just as well, we don't have a population like China or India. It'll take a while to count so many.
And also that we don't have to do it by hand. That's the beauty of STV, is now that we have computers, we can use a system like single transferable vote, whereas back in the day, you had to use first past the post and just count the ticks, because otherwise you'd be there for weeks.
Ole whainga o le pālota I tono Porirua lava lātou. Oh, Jack, does that apply throughout the country or is it just Porirua in a few?
So there's about 15 councils around the country that have
use STV.
STV. So in the Wellington region, for example, Wellington City Council and Greater Wellington use STV as well.
Yes.
Hutt City uses First Past the Post.
Oh.
And I believe that Upper Hutt also uses First Past the Post. But around the country, it's quite varied. So, for example, in Auckland, they use First Past the Post as well. They don't use STV. So around the country, it's up to each council what they want to use and what system they think is best for their particular community right now.
I was just thinking when you say, I was surprised when you say that Hutt City, FPP, and Hutt Valley.
They had a poll in the 2022 elections and voters said that they wanted to stay with First Past the Post, so that's why they're still with First Past the Post.
So if we're trying to get people to see whether they want to work with, amalgamation and then they have different voting systems.
That's gonna be a question that the future structure will have to deal with. How we elect our future council if we go down that route.
Ole vainga le matatano nei ole whainga ole tuainga whainga palota le whaatino nei Porirua. E le vainga le wha pupu ole STV, ole Single Transferable Voting. E le lai whaonga e Porirua, le lano sidi. Pe tō fia ni pūlenga nu o whaiel vainga le tuainga whainga palota le ole STV. A le wha pe sulu lima I tono New Zealand. I nei la Wellington le wailoi o tātou o le STV o le Single Transferable Voting. A o Hutt Valley, ma Hutt City, ma Upper Hutt, o la tau le o le EPP po le First Past the Post. Toinga po ai mua maua ia fo ia telo palota la tau nai malo. A o le STV, o le ele vainga le pena ta ua whapiutani o le ranking. Le sa wha matala pe wha whiana whale palota. A watu le lisio I ngoe, na nofola ia a wha pe to lima sui tau vale a watu o I fo I nofoa. Ia ma whaene alu o numero tasi le si ngoa, numero lua le si ngoa, numero tolu. Ia o na lua ilela ia lau filifidinga. O lau numero tasi lea, o lau numero lua lea, numero tolu lea. Na mai lo le tam foi tu fatasi o nei lo le po fia tangata ia e avo ia e telepalota ia ilu no lua lo no tolu on fai le fifiringa o le whainga foi la palota pe on tan no le sunga ia check a fa pe vatu to lima ia no fo le avo ia tauva e pule a oi pe na le tasi ale ngo te no fo tu ila numero tasi ia na fa muta lo le na a mana o fa nga o mole to lima le avelo no fa momua no na lua lo na tolo na fa e ma fai ava pe o le numero o le ngolo na lima nei lalo avelo fa momua no na winga o na tu se numero tasi ava pe o le ngole pito I lunga ia avelo fa numero lua ia na tole na le lua ia fa penale fe so lo le fa ngole ngo o le numero e fai lo fa italia ona lai fai va penale I nei Porirua o le Single Transferable Vote ia mo le whainga o tato palot ia mai atonu e o ngā fo ile e pe o na ofisiri o le ale tā uomo Porirua lato o le lato va ai o I e mawele ava no tangata Pasifika ma le tu pā o tamaitai o le tele na Sāmoa I tonu to I ngā whainga le awa alo lo le First Past the Post e tele ana o nisi tangata e mua ai mulmuli tato ai mane e tele vaenga le va ia lato e for whaingo fie we'll just take a little briefer here Jack and then we'll come back we'll just ask for our team here to play another piece of song and then we'll come back so e fatalo fatul fafonga la tulu ya atonu mo to mai e lo faia meni matfalongolongo toi a lela a tatala atu tato leina monisio le whaafonga nei Porirua e fia fesili se nisio mata upu ia po le tato le paloto lo alo tue nei I whainga malo laiti matatanoa tu macheki si vaenga ia tue mata upu ia atala atu leina e nisi fivala au mai ona vili mai le tolu walu lima lua ofa tasi ia po le ofa mo te foli mo ba o whātolo walima lua o whātasi. E pa isa o whasiri whia mamla mātili e nisi o vāenga i le matala noa tuai. Ai la matatano pe nisi o mata upuia mo le whasiri whia le tato atunu. Check, just offer the invitation to our listeners. If anybody wants to ring it in, you can answer the question.
Yeah,
if there's any burning question they may have at this point in time. Obviously, we've got further programs to come before the election, so we can still go and try and enlighten the listeners here in Porirua about what's happening, so that hopefully they can increase the participation from the 36% to more than that.
Yeah.
What if we can double that?
Oh, that would be fantastic. That's kind of where central government elections sit, is kind of the 70-80% mark every year. So, yeah, there's no reason why we can't. It's just people, they need to enrol, they need to know why council matters and why it's important, and they need to care, and, people in the community, they do care, but it's just helping them to vote and reduce the barriers to be able to do that as well.
And I guess that's why we're doing this program.
Yeah.
Trying to enlighten people about the process, what's required, how do you, and why we want you to vote.
Yeah, exactly, and why it's important and how we can make it easy for you as well. Yeah.
Mana ia fo ile pe to fa fonga mai o le fo po kala meni tam fai ina fa malama a tiri o tatou tangata na ia male manatu maulunga lava ina ia talo sia i o tule aso leo whaile palo tato, telo tato au whafonga. Mana ia tele ate utupu se wawenga i nei tato ai nei Porirua. Ai ho, whatua ina numero totu lono pasene le nei ai fitu lua. A mauwa le fitu lua lono inga tau mai na le si luso wal pasene na ai leo palota. Ai tato tam whai sa ili a misia tato tangata Sāmoa i a Pasifiko lo whafonga mai tato Pulkalame. Ia manisi fo isi atu nuu e malama le ngan Sāmoa. Tam fo so sone i o tō tua oi i tō ainga ina ia whai parota ai o ngā fo le mato ngā ruenga le whai atu ma check. E wha mamlama tiri vaenga nei ina ia whao Sofia ia o i whai lau parota. Ai ei fo se vaenga te fia Talanoaga mai, pawa peo o le sanga tele i whai ase parota. Ai ei fo ni mafo anga e te iloa e tauna sila fia e le pulenga nu. Le mafo anga e leina le whai le parota. E ngā whai lo whasoa mai ia na viri mai la ia. A tonu e ho la tō mafo whau ia ma whaisisi awala e manmla mai ile. A tili e ia mole anga ia tu le whai ngā parota masina Oktober. So, if a person is not enrolled by the 22nd of September, they can still vote. Is there a process for them to go through?
Yeah. So if you were enrolled by the 1st of August, you won't get your voting papers in the mail, but you can still enroll up until Friday the 10th of October. You just need to cast what's called a special vote. Yeah. There's a little bit more process on that, so we help you fill out a form just basically saying why you need the special vote, which is that you're not enrolled, and then we give you your voting papers just like normal. So we'll be around our city at quite a few places doing special votes. So we'll be at the Pacific Night Markets on the 12th of September, and then also the last night before Election Day, Friday the 10th of October. So we'll be there and we'll be able to enrol people and help them vote at the same time, which is going to be really great. And then we're also going to have 2 days at North City Mall. Yeah. So we're going to be at North City Mall on Saturday the 27th of September and Saturday the 4th of October. And that's actually the first public announcement of that. So we're well announcing that live on Sāmoa Capital Radio today.
Well done.
Yeah.
So North City, that's
the mall. Yeah.
And that's the 27th of September.
Yep, and the 4th of October. Yeah, so we'll be there from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. both days, and we'll be able to help you enrol and then help you vote as well. So people can do it all at once, get their details up to date and get their voting papers as well.
And the 12th of September, where's that at?
That's the Pacific Night Market, so that's at the Cook Islands Hall.
Yes.
And then, we'll also be there on the 10th of October as well. Both are Fridays at the Pacific Night Market. Come down and get a feed of some delicious kai, and then, vote.
Don't say that because they might think, oh, is that free?
Oh, no, sorry. No free food, sorry. Come and support some of our local store holders who sell some fantastic kai down there.
Yeah. O le vai ka le whawhipai o toile le stala i o le palota wa le matanoa tu le aso hivo se tema e o tu le aso lusu lu se tema aso nai vato iau pepa e fo i list e whai i palota a misi la vaenga i le stala i o e whai palota a misi la vaenga lea o le laita o e isi aso i o uma whai e la to fofuanga o le aso sfulu lu se tema ma le aso se fulu oktopa tu se le o le po o le aso le ai le o le aso fa ngatai palo te le sfulu le o le sfutasi e mau le ava no ina le night market le lato market le fai i le fa le vole le holo nai a tangata kuki ai lani ina i Porirua na le mo fai vo lato ta penanga ina ia mau le ava no le stala i lato misi ato le ava no le ina i mfana palota au le North City i le vaenga le whai e tatou whataunga nei Porirua. O nei e fo le iwa i le tae au e tau le ono le afiafi. E iei fo i lato e whatu i whaingofia na whailoa fo i lato i eina. E ma whai e ono atu tangata matata no i lato. O le lusu fitu o se tema ma le aso wha Oktopa. E lua la aso le talanoa i whai e palota i o ia fo i le stala i lato. I o le tu amanoa, check between now and, all these dates, we'll try and remind people during the morning show so that people know where to go and be famous.
That sounds great, yeah.
I'm really hoping with the work that we're doing that we'll actually increase the number from the 36. If we can get at least 50%, but if we can hit the 72, we'll probably Sāmoa Capital Radio probably shout down the whole year and invite everybody to come and celebrate.
Yeah. That sounds fantastic. I'd be keen. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very good. Now, when can the special votes we mentioned that?
Yeah.
So, is there anything you want to cover in this program?
I think it's, you can enroll right now,
yes.
Update your details, and then, if you don't get your voting papers by the 22nd of September, give us a call or come to either our administration building down in Cobham Court. Or
what's the number of people should ring? Is there a number for them to ring?
Yeah, just our standard contact number, so 04-237 5089.
5089.
Yep. And then our contact centre will probably put you through to me or one of my team, and we can issue you a special vote, which is really easy. It sounds kind of daunting, special voting. What that actually means is we help you fill out a simple form, we sign it, and we give you your voting papers. And that's counted just like a normal vote as well.
Right.
So please do vote, please do enrol. It's really important that you have your say on how your council looks for the next 3 years, and have your say on what's important to you, and you can do that by voting.
Yes. Thank you. O lewa talanoa fo i le whaasolonga o fo i lato fōwhanga lo i ne pe una whailo atu si o aso i le whaapitoa e whai e ia le stala muli. Ia, manea e tawa whatawa na o fo i malu leo fia o tato a whaafonga. Ia mese uto e alalampa pa o ne Porirua. I le whanaunga o le pule ngānu, ia mane tato le tiole o ne Porirua. Tato whaipe ma whai o na sui, a mese auto lele whai se pāno te i rea fo pālo te talwai. Ina ia whaamanoa se teimi e whai eilo le stala mumua o na whai leo lau pālota. O le whanaunga ina ia si tia mai le 12% le iei. Ata tō mō le 5% manei tele. Ai ata tō mō le 5%. Ia, le lope te o whai se tato pāti le lo le hole la talata mai nei. Whai ele celebrate se tūlanga whapena. Ia ina ia tamu whai awai o la wa ai I pe ona mai le vaenga le o le tamu whai le amalgamation o isi vaenga tā ua nei tauna pālotai. I think it's all the more good reason for people to participate because you're asking them to vote for the Maori ward as well as the amalgamation.
Yeah,
it's going to impact on the lives of people here.
Yeah, there's
their lives.
Yeah, exactly. So there's so many there's so many things on the ballot paper this year. So there's, you know, like you've said, mayor and councillors, Greater Wellington regional councillors, plus also those 3 polls.
Yes.
And those 3 polls will have an impact on how council represents you into the future. So, yeah, have your say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, na o tawa na lo palota langa le e vai nga tele e tonu. E se temi mo na mai se pe palota e va ai fo la tu fo lungo tato o pengo so tainga. Ina ia whaingo fie fo tato taltano le aso ia ma fa ma la matidi. Ia ma fa ia fa ingo talfea ngai. I think perhaps next time we can have some voting papers or drafts and then we can also post them on our page so people can also have access.
See what they look
or
like,
we link with you so that they can access your website and have a look. And then,
that would be fantastic.
And then our team in the morning will try and explain something from what we discussed.
Yeah, exactly. Translate my jargon into something understandable.
Yeah. All right. So that's it for this. Unless you got something else to.
No, I'm good. Just a plug as well to vote in the Samoan election next week if you can.
Yes. Thank you. Of course, that will be live all day. We're live streaming that. We'll probably do something similar to what we're doing for the council. And see how it works.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Thank you for coming in and sharing this, especially your residency in Porirua, Jack, and all the best for the work that you're doing.
Thanks.
Yeah,
cheers. And we'll see you again soon.
Okay. Ia o tātou pol kalame nā mwhaintu whatsia nei fo ia so taltano tō malisunga ia Jack Marshall. Ia le ia le vaenga le whaingo tapenanga o le palo te nei Porirua. Ia le tam whai matatano se momua. Ma wha mamla tini ia ma maise pe palo te wai mai fo ima wha mamla matu vaenga ese. Ina ia so soni ma wha whaingo fie fo e whaingo lau whiwhiringa. Ina ia tātou o mai palote i whainga palote la so sutasi o Oktober. Tāls fulua le uli, whaangata le tale ina lau pe palota. Ia tātou pukalame nei, toi mawosi se amnota tanoa, teminei, tō wha soifua.